Have you ever been told to follow your passion? It's great advice, but there's one problem. What if your passion doesn't align with what the world actually needs? In today's video, we're going to explore how to not only follow your passion, but also make sure it matches market demand. This is the third and final part of our series, and if you've been wondering how to turn your passion into a successful career in the United States, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Following your passion is a popular piece of advice, but here's the reality. Passion alone isn't enough. You could be the best painter, musician, or athlete in the world, but if there's no demand for your talent, it'll be tough to build a career out of it. The truth is, a lot of people get stuck in what I call the passion trap. They focus so much on doing what they love that they forget to think about whether or not there's a market for it. This doesn't mean you should give up on your passion. In fact, passion is essential for long-term success. But if you want to make a living from it, you need to ask yourself one critical question: is there a demand for what I love to do? Because without demand, passion alone won't pay the bills. Think about it like this. The world is full of talented people who struggle financially because they didn't take the time to align their passion with a real-world need. And on the flip side, there are people who have built incredibly successful careers by finding the intersection between their passion and what the market needs. So, here's the first piece of advice. Find where your passion and market demand overlap. Ask yourself, what does the world need and how can my passion fulfill that need? Now that we've established that passion alone isn't enough, let's talk about how to identify market demand. Whether you're just starting out in your career or thinking about making a change, understanding the needs of the market is crucial. So how do you figure out what the market wants? Start by doing research. Look at industries that are growing, like technology, healthcare, and renewable energy. These are fields where there's a high demand for skilled professionals, and they're expected to grow even more in the coming years. Pay attention to emerging trends. For example, careers in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and digital marketing didn't exist in the same form a decade ago, but today they're booming. Next, listen to what people are talking about. What problems are people trying to solve? Are businesses struggling to keep up with new technologies? Are consumers looking for more sustainable products? The best way to align your passion with demand is to focus on solving a problem that people care about. The bigger the problem you solve, the greater the demand for your solution. Here's a simple exercise. Take your passion and ask yourself, how can this skill or interest solve a real problem in the world? For example, if you're passionate about fitness, think about how you can help people get healthier in a way that's relevant today. Maybe that's through online fitness coaching, or maybe it's by creating content that motivates people to work out from home. The point is, don't just think about what you want, think about what others need. Ask yourself, what problems can I solve with my passion, and who is willing to pay for that solution? The sweet spot of a successful career lies at the intersection of passion, skill, and market demand. This is where you not only love what you do, but you're also good at it, and people are willing to pay you for it. Finding this sweet spot takes time, but when you do, it changes everything. Let me break it down for you. First, you need to identify your core skills. What are you naturally good at? Then, combine that with your passion. What do you love doing? Finally, merge those with market demand. What are people willing to pay for? When you align all three, you'll find a career that not only brings you joy but also financial stability. For example, if you're passionate about storytelling and have strong communication skills, you might find a great opportunity in content creation or marketing. Companies are constantly looking for people who can tell their stories and engage with customers online. Or if you're passionate about technology and love problem solving, consider fields like software development or data analysis, two areas with massive demand and growth potential. But remember, this sweet spot won't come to you overnight. It's a process of trial and error. You'll need to experiment, pivot, and refine your approach. The more you explore and adapt, the closer you'll get to finding that perfect balance. So, take a step back and evaluate, where does your passion overlap with your skills and the market's needs? That's where your career magic happens. Now, let's talk about one of the most important factors in aligning passion with market demand: adaptability. We live in a world that's constantly changing. The industries that are thriving today might not be the same ones that are in demand in 5 or 10 years. Technology evolves, consumer preferences shift, and the job market changes accordingly. That's why it's so important to stay flexible. Even if you found your sweet spot, you need to be prepared to adapt. This could mean learning new skills, pivoting to a different role within your field, or even changing industries altogether. The key is to always be open to learning and growing. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself if the market shifts. A great example of adaptability is the shift to remote work. Before the pandemic, many industries didn't offer remote work as a viable option. But now, it's become the norm in many sectors. People who adapted to this new way of working found opportunities that didn't exist before, and some even used this shift to launch new businesses or pursue freelance careers. So, ask yourself, how can I stay flexible and continue to grow as the market changes? What new skills can I learn to keep up with emerging trends? Speaking of adaptability, let's talk about the skills you can invest in to future-proof your passion. In today's competitive market, it's not enough to be passionate about something. You need to constantly develop new skills to stay relevant. So, what are the skills that will help you thrive no matter what happens? First, focus on digital skills. In almost every industry, technology is playing a bigger and bigger role. Whether it's learning how to code, understanding data analysis, or becoming proficient in digital marketing, these skills are in high demand across the board. Even if you're not in a tech-focused field, having a basic understanding of digital tools can set you apart from the competition. Second, invest in communication and collaboration skills. As more teams go remote and businesses become more global, being able to communicate effectively and work with people from different backgrounds is crucial. The better you are at building relationships and working collaboratively, the more valuable you'll be in any industry. Finally, focus on problem solving. The world is full of challenges, and businesses are looking for people who can help solve them. If you can approach problems with creativity and come up with solutions that add value, you'll always be in demand. So think about it. What skills can you start developing today to ensure that your passion remains relevant in the future? If you've found that sweet spot, where your passion aligns with market demand, why not turn it into a business or a side hustle? We live in a time where entrepreneurship is more accessible than ever. Whether it's starting a blog, launching a YouTube channel, or offering freelance services, you can begin monetizing your passion with relatively low startup costs. A side hustle is a great way to test the waters. You don't have to quit your job or take a huge financial risk. Start small, offer your services online, create content around your passion, or sell products that align with what you love. As your side hustle grows, you can decide if you want to turn it into something bigger. And here's the best part. Starting a side hustle allows you to learn the ins and outs of business while pursuing what you love. You'll develop valuable skills in marketing, customer service, and financial management. Skills that will serve you well, whether you stick with the side hustle or take it full-time. So ask yourself, how can I start turning my passion into a side hustle or business? What small steps can I take today to begin monetizing my passion and aligning it with market demand? Here's the bottom line. Passion is essential, but it's only part of the equation. To turn that passion into a successful career, you need to align it with real-world demand, stay adaptable, and continuously invest in skills that keep you relevant in a changing market. Whether you choose to pursue your passion through a traditional career, a side hustle, or entrepreneurship, the key is to find where your passion meets market demand. This wraps up our three-part series on building a successful career in America. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the game, taking the time to reflect on your goals, your passions, and how to align them with the future. Remember, your career is a journey, and the steps you take today will shape your tomorrow. If you found this series helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insights on building a career you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.